We proceed with level 2. To get to level 2, we need the email address from level 1, as they are the same across the board. We filter the supervisor email to that of level 1, and those who report directly to level 1 is default as level 2. So look through column C, supervisor email, fire match, extract the email of the employee and place in level 2. We will be looping through the list again, so we will need that for loop. We start the code with a new subroutine, get level 2, and the first thing we do is to run this get public variable, so we have all these values. And then we would need 2 more local variables, which we'll define here. Dim I level as an integer, level 1 email as a string. We set I level to 2 because we are running on level 2. We're running to get level 2, and level 1 email would be the current seats, which is all employees, range, level 1 column, which is D, and row number 2. Because they are the same in column D, I still need to get the first value. Because we are going to loop through column C, the supervisor email, to check for matches with level 1, we will need the for loop again from up here. Here it is, the for loop I row equal 2, starting at row 2, go all the way to 315. We get that when we call the get variable right there. We obtain the email address of the employee and supervisor, same as above. The only thing we'll change is the condition when we will take action. So here is the code. We get current worksheets, all employees. The range is column D, level 1 that we determined up here. The I row is where we fire match in column C, supervisor that matching level 1's email. And then we offset to the right by 1 column. We don't go down any row, so it remains 0. We go to the right, it's 1. If we need to go to the left, it's -1. So let's test it. Hit play, go to level 2, and we found 3. All right, that looks good. Our last step for level 2 is to sort the data to bring the email addresses up. So right now, the first record was found on row 194, 263. And so what we want to do is we're able to select all the data, do a custom sort on level 2, and we bring the email addresses up. We need to do so in VBA. So let me undo. Here's the code as we had it, which you need to add in the sort. First, we want to select the all employees, range from A1, resize to the last row and the last column. That means it's selecting this whole thing. We sort by level 1, row 1, level 1, row 1, offset by 1. Right now, the I level equal 2, 2 minus 1 equal 1, so it's offset by 1. So we sort by level 2, order ascending, and our data has header. And so right now, we would like to rerun this. And there you have it. Before we continue, I would like to create a clear all subroutine to reset the data from level 1 to 6 so that we can rerun our codes for testing purpose. Here is the subroutine clear all. We call the public variables. We start with column level 1, row number 2. We go down 3 and 14. This is 315 minus 1 and across 6. So it looks something like this. Right? You select all the data and then we clear content. That's like a delete key. If we hit that, it clear out all the data. Now we're going to assign that into this icon. I insert this eraser icon and then I can right click, assign macro, select the clear all, click OK. So next time if we need to reset our data, we click on this icon and that will run. The next housekeeping subroutine is to be able to combine level 1, 2, later on 3, 4, 5, 6 in a single click action. We call this subroutine run all. And right now we just reference level 1, level 2 here. We right click on this icon, assign macro, run all. And if we hit that, we have level 1 and 2 run. We have to scroll all the way up to see level 2. Now we can start level 3. Let's look at the logic for level 3. First, we will determine the last row used in level 2, and then we will loop from row 2 all the way down the data set. Each time we extract the email for level 2, we would then have a nested for loop that go through the supervisor email and check for matching. For example, if we are to look through the supervisor for the first email here, we would find 7 employees who directly report to this email. These employees here should be in level 3 automatically. We need to connect level 3 to level 1. Therefore, we will paste the level 2's email for this employee here. So that's the logic for the code. Let's go ahead and write it. We will start level 3 with a new subroutine, get level 3. We have the same I level variable here. We introduce a new last row current level as integer. For I level, we assign 3 as we are running for level 3. We also call the get public variables so that we have all the pre-assigned values here. As for last row current level, basically it doesn't matter what level we are running here. We just need to look back 1 so that we determine the last data used here. The way that I reference it, I take the very far down of level 1 and I offset by 1. And to obtain this 1, move 1 to the right. I use this I level minus 2. And so it's not static, it's dynamic because this will work if we are to run get level 4. If I level equal 4, we minus 2 equal 2. We can also start out at level 1. We will go over 1, 2. And when we run level 4, we do want to find out the last row used for level 3. So this piece of code here will work regardless of what level we are running because it is dynamic.